Yeah, it looks like it's 1:17 now, so the meeting started. This is where Sarah would usually give some kind of friendly introduction, but I don't really know how to do that. Uh, so yeah, I guess we'll just go right to it. Um, Wait, I need to know how to change the screen.
Change the
Right.
screen how?
Change with what?
Um, I need to change the screen that I'm sharing.
You want a new whiteboard? You want to share your computer screen? What do
No,
you
well,
want to
right now
change
I'm
it to?
sharing my Paint screen, right? And
Uh-huh.
I want to switch to the browser. How do I do that?
Just open your browser now.
Yeah.
No, my browser's
Well,
open. It's
no,
just not
is it on a
selected.
different
You,
monitor?
you you have to click on share at the bottom of
Click on
the
share
Yeah, and
again.
then click a
yeah.
different monitor if it's on a different monitor. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
you'll change it,
There
monitor
we
one,
go.
two, three, four, whatever. There we
Okay.
go.
All right. Oh, we have more people coming in. There's just no way I can handle this Zoom and teaching simultaneous thing, guys. Sorry, this the meeting has already failed before it began.
We're off
But
the rails.
yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, see, like there's still people coming in. I have to like click on admit manually.
man,
There's just
lock the
no
room
I think
down.
everyone just wants to know. There's so many curious folk in the Discord.
True story.
Man, this ain't fashionably late. Lock it down.
Okay, all right, fine. No more. I'm not going to admit any more people. So you snooze, you lose. Um, Anyways, yeah. Well, I could really get into the theory like I was about to get into on the paint, but I think we have to. By the way, is it noisy on my end? Should I turn off my air purifier?
No, it's fine. Is it
You
noisy
sound
on my
great
end?
though.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
I'll ask the same over here. I'm outside and there's a waterfall going. So
Nope, we
No,
could
no, it's
crystal
fine.
clear. Good
awesome.
old
Perfect.
modern voice technology here.
I know
Yep.
them AirPods. Who knew?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we'll get to the theory eventually, but let's just do some of the basics for Lauren. So Lauren, do you know the list of important indicators?
From what I believe, yes, but since I've been in Discord now, I'm all confused.
Okay,
So we've
so
got the smart flow and the Momo flow. Those
no,
are smart
no, I'm
money,
talking about
dumb money.
in order of importance.
Well, so far I thought I did. Now I don't know. So just tell me so that I can make sure
Okay,
I write them down appropriately. I thought it was the options flow.
okay,
Then somebody else said it was the smart flow and Momo flow, and then it was back to options flow again.
so you got to go to this article. This is the only Tay sanctioned article on the entire Help Center. I don't know what
Yes,
any
I
of
have.
these.
I have read this one. It was a little while ago, but
Yeah,
yes, I went through this whole entire thing.
I've
I
never
can go.
read
I'm planning on going through it again.
I've never read any of the other articles. This one should be enough. Um,
Good
and
to
on this
know.
one, yeah, this is really the only article you need. And on this one, there's this list, indicators in order of importance. And it's important to know what's important because sometimes a lot of shit's happening at the same time and you have to weigh one thing over another. So price action is the most important and
Right.
also probably the most difficult because it's like the entire like trading industry is built around technical analysis of just price. And
Right. Exactly.
that's inclusive of gay RSI and everything like that. But like it's just, it's a lot, and that's why I recommend just at least getting to the point where you can beat chart game swing trader. And I think if you can beat chart game swing trader, then you pretty much have price action covered, other than um other than some specialty things like the categorization of whether it's a range day or trend day, opening range breakout, um,
hmm
that kind of stuff. But I mean, even if you don't know price action, some of that can be kind of substituted with sim search, but I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, price action, it's the hardest, but it's not what I'm here to cover because there's all sorts of gurus out there who cover price action, and I'm here to cover the big short indicators. So the most important one is the honey badger day, which today we had one. But the non-elite members don't have access to the honey badger days, so it's not important. And the 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 next most important one is dark pool prints. So
Okay, so it is the Dark Pole Prince.
uh Yeah, it is.
Okay, because
That's
when
what.
I was putting it, I was talking about the dark pools today, and someone's like, "Well, that doesn't matter. The only thing that you really need to look at first is going to be the smart flow versus the Momo flow." And then someone's like, "No, it's going to be the options first that you look at." I was like, "Then why do we even have access to the dark prints if those aren't important? Because no one else can see them, and
Well,
there's a reason why they're
don't
up
listen
there
to
or
what
down there."
anyone says. It's all about this list right here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just disregard that. All right, because that's where
Ju-
I was getting super confused because I was like, "That's what I look at when
like
I'm
like
over." I'm Go ahead.
like don't even read the other articles other than this article. Like for example, I really hate RSI, right? But then if you click here, there's like articles with RSI and stuff and moving
Right.
average crossovers. And I expressly disavow this in the name of Jesus Christ. Like I am against these articles with every fiber of my being. It's like that John Adams speech. My whole heart is in it. But anyways,
But
so
dark
this,
pools only matter when they're outside the candle.
yes, I'm gonna.
Thank you. That was going to be my very next question
So
because
as I
sometimes they're
said,
within the candle and they kind
yes,
of act as that unseen support and resistance that's outside of what we already have drawn on the chart, which is
yes,
what I've been missing when I'm using any other charting software, which is why I loved Big Short, is that gives me that piece of information that I'm missing that I can't get anywhere else. But if
yes,
it's
yes.
inside the candle, it doesn't really have that much of an effect. Also, the size of it, I would imagine it does. But if you have your dark pool print that happens above or below, that is going to be what's going to affect the price action, if you will, that we can see, but other people who are trading cannot. Is that correct? Or am I completely reading that wrong?
Yeah, that sounds correct. But I mean, like, I'm kind of a man of few words, so let's just keep it real simple and easy to digest. Because as an Asian, we don't have the same RAM, or in the AI world, they call it context window, but we don't have the same RAM as you white people. So we like to keep it really bite-sized, okay? So
Love it.
as you can see, these dark pools are below the price, and therefore it's bullish. And not only is it bullish, it's also a support zone. And the dark pools above the price, as you can see,
Hmm.
they are bearish, and it causes the price to go down. And it's also serves as a resistance zone. And
Yep.
there are, it usually takes a pretty weird day for the dark pools to get broken. And a lot of times dark pools get broken on like reversal days. But um, but generally speaking, below is bullish,
Hmm.
above is bearish, and inside the candle, don't even look at that. But
Right.
and so I'm gonna just try to teach you guys the really simple stuff today because I mean there are people who are like, well, if it shows up on the wick, then it still counts or something. But just forget about all that. I mean, let's not benefit from the incremental marginal improvement in our trading from those little exceptions, and let's just think like really simple big picture.
Yeah.
So DPs are easy. So we've covered it entirely. DPs below, bullish and support. DPs above, bearish and resistance. And I would say the very next indicator after that you have to know is the GEX. I think the GEX is now more important than the NOF and the Momo shadow bars. And because this is a new feature, I'm really looking forward to
Hmm.
teaching this because it is something which I think is just absolutely exceptional. In fact, where's I'm gonna let I mean, okay, let's just
Quick question on that list, Tejo. So you don't feel like the order of importance changes over time? Like sometimes DPs are less, effective because of market conditions or
well,
whatever.
everything depends on the size, right? So
Right.
like if there are a billion shares traded through the DP, that's really big. But if there's like 100 billion shares being traded through the Momo flow, then obviously the Momo flow is going to matter more. So, I mean, at the same time, it's not an exact one-to-one ratio. Um, like
So
for
this is like most conditions, this list is what it's going to be. Some
yes,
conditions,
yes,
like,
everything, yeah,
mhm.
everything in the stock market is an approximation, and what you're talking about is heteroscedasticity, where the error terms of the variables
Bless
change
you.
over time.
Did you just say bless you?
I did. It's a big word.
Okay, so but again, I knew that Berkshire was gonna show up and ask me all these theory questions. But let's
That
think.
wasn't a theory question. That was legitimate. Like, you gotta know that for trade. I'm holding on to the Badger question
Okay,
until
so
later.
everything in the guide is simplified for noobs, and
That's
and
me.
and there's an except. Okay, I'll take it to the theory level for you, Berkshire. Okay, everything in life, in everything in life, there are exceptions to the rules, and they say, I don't know. I think I wrote a tweet about this once. Uh, rules aren't meant to be broken or blindly followed. They are meant to serve iterations for the improvement of new rule making or something like that. But all of this is just jibber jabber, and uh, and I don't think. Oh, I want to try just joined, our newest member or our newest sounding member. When I think of I want to try, I imagine him looking like Mr. Poopy Pants from Rick and Morty. But anyways, let's go to Gex, right? Whoa,
Yes, please.
why is that sound? Okay, anyways, so Gex. But Lauren, without looking at your notes, dark pools above, what are they?
Above bearish.
Yes. See, we've got
Yes,
dark pools covered.
I do know those. Those are I am familiar with your I've read that piece that you just brought up. I think I've read that at this point maybe 5 or 6 times. Now the intricacies of it, like in order of the list, I did not have those memorized, but that is really, really good to know. And I'll just kind of disregard anything that I read or hear that is different from those things. My questions are a little bit more intricate and we haven't really gotten to them yet. So I'm just gonna mums the word over here and just keep listening.
Okay. No, but I'm going to
But I
talk
am
to you.
interested in Gex though. Gex? Is it Gex
I'm
or Jex?
Gex, and we're going to talk about it right
Okay,
now.
because it's gamma,
So
right? Okay, because it's not like GIF and GIF. It's a
it's
problem.
yes, gamma
Totally.
exposure. So Gex.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so do you know how to read gamma or Gex? The Gex, the green and red lines. Do you know how to read
Kind
them?
of. I am not familiar with it. I'm sort of fumbling along with it as I go. This is the first time I've ever even heard of it.
Okay,
So
so I'm
not
gonna
nearly as well as I should. Let's put it that way.
okay.
Like how I floss.
Well, you need to know how to
Red
read it, but you don't have to understand it.
red line
I would like to have either, please.
red line up is bearish.
Okay, so we're talking about the GEX that's actually on the SF segregated tab, not the GEX beta that is
It's
new
the
to the
same
website.
thing. It's the same thing. So
It's
It looks
this
a lot easier on the chart though than it does when it's on like the horizontal lines. This is a lot easier for me to visualize with, speaking of price action, with where it is that I'm thinking the price may be going or be drawn to or fall to and where it wants to go from here based on gamma. So this is a lot easier for me to understand for sure.
okay. Um, really wish Sarah was here to defend me against all this jibber jabber. So the red line up is bearish, right?
Right. Yep.
And then the red line down is bullish.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to quiz you on this.
Okay.
The green line down is bearish. The green line up is bullish.
Say that one more time, Teja. I apologize. We're on the green. So green line up.
My name's Tay, so if you're going to call me Tejo, I need to know your last name too. But
Sure, Lauren Carpenter. I was
Lauren
gonna put that
Carpenter.
in.
Okay.
So
So
your last name is Joe? My bad. I was just gonna call you Hobo, but I didn't want to be too presumptuous.
hobo's fine. So the red line up is bearish. The red line down is bullish. The
Got
green
it?
line down is bearish. The green line up is bullish.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yes. And the only caveat is if the red line is above the green line, then throw this rule book out of the window.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't make sense, but okay.
Why wouldn't it make sense?
So if the green, because that means they're crossing, right?
Well,
I
they
don't
do
understand.
cross. I will show you instances of them crossing.
Oh, yes, please. That would be good. Continue.
Yes. But
So if
anyway,
red goes above green, disregard all the rules or the rules flip.
It just means bullish.
We
It
have
just means super
it's
bullish.
an area.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. My general understanding is that it's bullish, but it's an area that requires further research and is beyond the scope of me teaching Lauren Carpenter right now.
Thank you guys.
Okay, so um, the the amount of the movement in strike matters. So here we're going from 620 to 622. That's a $2 movement, right?
Hmm.
That's a larger movement than this right here. You guys can see my mouse?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's bigger than here where we're going from 625 to 624. That's a
Hmm.
$1 move. Okay? Um, and I think sometimes we have like these humongous moves like coin yesterday. Here's a situation, by the way, where red line is above green line. So let's not think about that for right now, because that's going to be the exception. The majority of the time, the green line's going to be above the red line. But yeah, like for example, coin here, we had this humongous move of the red line from 402, 403. It looks like I don't know what it was,
402.
402.5, and then it
Yeah.
goes all the way down here to 350.
Wow.
Okay,
Which indicates this is going to be a bullish move. And then we can
right.
see here with the price,
Yeah.
dark
So
pools are in the middle of the candles. So that doesn't really, or the middle of the bars. That doesn't exactly,
so it
we
happened
consider
right.
these on the chart candles, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
these green and red things are called
So,
candles. So right
okay.
here,
So on the same chart, we're still calling them candles. Gotcha.
yeah.
Bars, candles. Got it.
Well, no, these are the bars and these are the
Correct.
candles.
Which is different. So when speaking about it, when I say bar, we're referring to the Momo smart flow buying and selling. When I say candlestick, we're referring to the actual chart. I just want to
Yep.
make sure my
Yep.
terms are correct. Okay.
That is correct. Okay. So here, this is the moment at which this red line went down. And and honestly, it's probably went down before this green candle even formed. We don't know for sure because this is a 5-minute chart, but if this were like a 1-minute chart, you might see this red line go down before like 4 of these minutes show up, right? But I
Okay.
mean, the reason I'm pointing this out is because this green candle, it is like a ludicrous amount of money, and I know this because I traded this yesterday. So we're going from 381 to like
Hmm.
384. That's $3. That's 1%. Okay.
Can you
The
zoom that
Uh-huh.
for us?
oh right, good idea. Is
I have a question
this
also.
better?
When if you're looking
Yes.
for an entry point, is the entry point when you see the red line starting to go down, or do you wait for it to go all the way down?
When you
The red
start,
line moves
it
very
starts to go
quickly.
down. It moves quickly. Yeah, right when it goes down. Um, but yeah, so here, like this bar itself is almost a 1% move. Okay, so and I made money so fast on this. But
Yeah,
then
that makes sense. Yeah.
but if you hold it for like 20, 30 minutes, then you're making like 5 figures. Like you're making like a
Right.
100% return or something. Is insane. Um, and that's why I want to point that out. But let's go back to SPY
And I
today.
feel like that might be helpful to have the GEX open too, because this just updates on a 5-minute level. And you can see it make a move before it updates. So I feel like halfway through that last bar, GEX probably changed, but we can't see that update, you know? So like if you have the GEX open, then you can see it update in the middle of the candle instead of at the end of it.
So Berkshire
No,
Are
here
we,
is a software engineer, so he cares a lot about the details and getting things and optimizing things to be perfect. But
I feel this. It's
but
okay.
but we are going to keep it real simple today. This is just an
Okay.
introductory course. And and here's another example that shows that even SPY can move the red line can move several dollars in just a couple of bars, right? This was
Because that, oh, I have a question whenever you're done. Go ahead.
So the red line is going from 620 all the way up to 625. That's a $5 move in SPY. That's
Hmm.
humongous. Not only that, it's also in conjunction with the green line moving from 629 to 628. So this
Both
is
are bearish indicators.
exactly, both are bearish. And look at what happens, right? So
Hmm.
let's say
Yep.
you
Yep.
I mean, like,
And significantly. It's a big drop, not just a little small one. If it were a smaller move in that
you can
GEX
have less
line, in both
confidence.
GEX lines,
Yeah.
since it is so significant, we're looking at a bigger price movement. And in this case, both indicators are suggesting that it is a big price movement in a bearish direction.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So, so this was just like, this was an amazing signal. This was like totally free money. Okay. This
I
is
mean,
the,
mind blown right now, Tay.
yeah,
Mind
you
blown.
you want to be, I want you to be as mind blown as possible right now, looking
Hmm.
at this chart, because when you see it again, I want you to buy puts and I want you to just cash in
Oh,
thousands of
heck yeah.
dollars. Okay. So, and
So,
yeah, go ahead.
okay, so real quick on this one, the main focus that I want to be looking at here is the movement of the GEX, which I just got done reiterating. If we go down here to the bars, there's really nothing in here that would indicate that price movement up or down either way that I can see. Am I accurate or not? What I'm looking at here is going to be the GEX.
Sorry, what was your question?
So before we're talking about waiting for the pink bars and waiting for the lime green bars in order
Well,
to indicate
I'm
whether or
teaching
not there's
you
going to.
I'm teaching you one thing at a time. So first I
Right. This is
taught
just
you the
the, I just want
DPs.
to make sure I'm clear on that.
Yeah.
This is just the GEX. That's the only thing
Yes.
we're looking at. We're just going
Yes.
to ignore everything else that's below it right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, like if you look at other stuff, you see that NOF is down, and you see that we have like a lime green here, which was also bearish. But
Uh-huh.
that's not, let's do one thing at a time. I just
Okay.
want to
That's
make
not what
sure
we're
that,
focused on. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Gotcha, gotcha. GEX
yep,
only. I'm
yep.
here
I
with you.
want I want to make sure this is absolutely cemented in your line, because I'm
Yep.
going to have Sarah edit this and put the GEX
Got it.
somewhere
Ah,
around
I'm mind
DP.
blown right now. This is so exciting. Okay, cool.
Yes, I told you, I promised you that this would be good, and you showed up
Yes,
for it.
yes,
So
absolutely. And it's
yes,
simple. And now that I can see it and you're explaining it, it's like, oh my gosh, duh. How did I not see that originally?
yeah,
Ugh.
okay. So yeah, just commit it to memory,
Yep.
and as you can see, we have this humongous fall
Mm-hmm.
from 626 all the way down to 623, right? Now I want you to tell
Mm-hmm.
me, when is the very next GEX line move?
We have it all the way. Well, I don't have my cursor on here. Uh,
It's later.
It's
one, two,
here.
three. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Right where you
And so
are.
is this bearish or bullish?
That is going to be bullish because GEX is
Right.
going down.
Well, red line is going down.
Red line going
If
up.
green line goes down, then that's bearish. Remember?
Okay, if they both go down.
No,
Okay, wait a
no,
minute.
look at your notes. Okay. Red line up is
Right?
bearish. Red line
Mm-hmm.
down is bullish. The green line up is bullish.
Oh, yes,
Green
yes,
line
yes. Oh my God,
down
brain
is
fart. Yes,
bearish.
yes, yes.
Yes.
OMG, OMG. I've told you my brain is mush. Yes, this is going to be a bullish signal because red is going down right here, right where your
Yes.
cursor is.
Yes. And then guess
At
what happened?
11:39.
Yes. 11, yeah, it looks like 11:40ish or whatever, but yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, somewhere in this candle,
Uh-huh.
probably when it was still a red candle, GEX went down and caused it to become a green candle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So,
Yep, yep, yep.
and then this movement, it's only a $1 movement, right? You get
Mm-hmm.
that? 625 to
Yep, yep,
625.
yep.
And then it's a small movement. So it only causes little small penis rally right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh, poor guy. Feel bad
Yeah.
for you.
Then when's the next GEX movement after that?
We're gonna go scroll over to your right at after fort right there.
Yeah,
Or yeah, right
right
around
here.
there.
Okay, now is this bearish or bullish?
This is bearish.
Good. And what happens to the price of SPY after?
Yeah, so we've got drop, correct, drop, correct, drop, 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 drop.
Yeah. So
So test, 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 fail, fail, fail.
this was a large move. This was a $3 move. This was not a
And
$1
because
move.
right, so I would be expecting price to be dropping more significantly because this is a further drop in that green bar.
Right. So
Gotcha.
this is small penis. This is big penis, and
Oh, it's a little flaccid though. I feel bad for this guy.
this is
Thanks for the visuals.
this is magnum penis right here.
Magnum PI, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. And this magnum penis signal I really want you guys
Can
to
we
be
please
Give me
use that
Sarah.
from now on?
excited when you see this because it's it's literally both lines working in your favor simultaneously, and
Yes, yes,
that's important.
I definitely understand what you mean by that, especially with that big, huge move on the red, and then that even though it's a smaller drop, it's still a drop on the green. That is going to tell me this is going to be pretty bearish. And then I can see that price action going down.
Right.
And then as we get a little bit further along, small red drop and that 1139, 1140 mark, which indicates slight bullish, but not that much. And then as we're coming over, we see the green going down, which is even further bearish with a big drop, which suggests that price is going to be moving even further down than if it were just a little smaller drop based on 628 to 625. Damn, that was up to 628 this morning. Nice.
This was
Gotcha.
yesterday.
Okay.
This was yesterday. I'm gonna show you tomorrow after this. Today after this.
I
Anyways,
was gonna say you can.
yeah, I
You'd
will.
be
Yeah.
amazed.
Yeah, this was yesterday, and yesterday
Okay.
around here, I said in the Discord that I'm tempted to short. I said I'm tempted to short, but I'm not going to short because it's too late in the day. But here I did say that I was tempted to short. And why do you think I said that I was tempted to short there?
I'm gonna see that big dark pool print that's right above it.
Right. It's because there are all these dark pool prints. And not only
hmm
that, we also had
And it's
all,
more important when they cluster, right?
yes.
Gotcha.
And then also, we also had these line bars here. And these line bars,
Lots of lines. Okay.
right. And the green line is the aggregate of smart money, all the smart money bars. So you can see that, it goes up and down, but the general trend of
Mhm.
smart money here is buying. Okay.
Right.
And then the general trend here of Momo is also buying. Okay. I mean, there's some bars where it's sold, like this one, right? And in this selling bar, you get that they're selling here, right? The
Yes,
shadow
yes, yes,
bars pointing
yes.
up.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
what happens right after Momo sells?
They start buying again.
The price goes up.
Right.
The price goes up after Momo sold here. Okay.
And
But
a
Yep.
quick question on this. So these line bars, right? Another thing to look at is the fact that the price doesn't move anywhere despite the line bars. That's a big component from my understanding, because that's kind of a beginner question that I got.
yeah, that's a nuance that
All right, too much for this? Okay.
I mean, I'm right about to get there. I'll get there really soon.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. You'll get there.
Okay.
That's good.
So Lauren, back to the basics.
hmm
Momo buying and smart buying at the same time is bearish. Okay?
hmm
And
Yes, yep, get that.
and sometimes when they buy at the same time, they're going to be able to push the price up to some degree, but
hmm
as they push the price, they get tired. And that's what the my paint example was going to be. But first let's just go to the very basic theory of this, which is that we have Momo and Smart buying at the same time. We
hmm
have DPs above, and
hmm
we also have the price action where it was a downtrend day, and and GEX was very much bearish throughout the day, and it hasn't reversed or anything like that. So that's why right here I was like, oh man, I really want to short here, right? But I didn't,
hmm
because my rule is just to not enter trades during power hour. But had I entered the short, and I would have been able to cover here for Mondo bucks. Okay.
hmm
So there are so many good trades to take with Big Short that you can be picky. You don't have to take you can look for reasons not to take a trade, and you'll still have at least a couple trades that
Right.
you could take every day.
Hey, Tay,
Yeah.
that trade you were going to take, I've heard rumor, but I've never verified it. We can sell a SPY contract 10 or 15 minutes after the close. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes. So
Yes.
this would be the last bar right here where you can exit.
Okay. So that's why you chose that. I was actually going to ask that. That was a good question.
That's why I chose what?
That specific location to exit. I was like, okay, so why there? But I didn't realize it
Oh.
was close of the day.
Yeah, I mean, no, I would have exited probably here at the close, but then here would have been even better. I don't know if I would have had the balls to hold that long though.
Yeah, the volume just plummets down to barely anything once that closing bell hits, even though that'll still stay open until that 15 mark after the close, but the volume is a little sus.
So, yeah, before we fully move on to Momo and Smart, let's do another test of GEX. Just that part of the textbook where it says check your understanding. Okay? So let's look at this bar by bar. Here's the open. Okay?
Yep.
No GEX yet. We just have
Nope.
we do have some other stuff. But anyways, now we get our first GEX. Okay?
Yep.
And you can't really see it, but do you guys see where my mouse is here?
Yep.
This is the green line. Okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do see
Green
it.
line's at 625, yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the first thing out of the gate. This is what we saw on GEX today. Is it bearish or bullish, Lauren?
This is going to be bearish. It's going up.
Okay. Great. And guess what happens? Guess what happens?
I mean, that's a $2 move up there too. So
Yeah.
okay.
So you make a lot of money.
Yeah, no, that honestly makes so much more sense to me because I'm like, I don't understand what I'm looking at right now because I was not focused on the GEX. I was gone last week. I was on vacation. So when I was trading prior to this, there weren't these lines on here yet. So then now that we're here and everyone was talking about them in Discord, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. What's happening? What? But now I'm completely understanding.
Basically, I took away the honey badger signal from the common members and I gave them something even better, which is the GEX. So
I love it.
So yeah, I mean, meanwhile that XG guy wants to sue me. Just kidding. He's a big fan now. But anyways, so
And I apologize.
you don't have to keep apologizing. I'm just roasting you, bro. Anyways, so then here's
Yes, he does. He has to keep apologizing. Go ahead.
But what was the RSI on that move?
Oh boy.
all right.
So
Lauren,
We are looking at a bearish move right here with that top green coming down.
right. You're right.
But a dollar. So what I can see, this looks like just a dollar.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Not
Can I
even
get
a
a
dollar.
fork? Do you have a,
not a huge one. There, I hear some crosstalk. Is someone's mic on?
I
or
do
something?
not have a fork for whoever needs it.
somebody on their iPhone 4, you're talking. Can you please mute?
I'll mute them. See, this is why I need Sarah here. I muted the iPhone 4. Okay. So Lauren says that this is bearish. Oops, wait, no. Ah! Okay.
There's cheating.
Lauren says this is bearish, and then in this case, this was only a $1 move, and it actually I'm 100% sure that this happened at the beginning of the bar, and the reason is because the charts were down today, and I saw the charts load in like hyperspeed, and so I was like watching very carefully to see like how it was reacting to the GEX, and I promise you guys, this candle was green when the GEX first dropped down like this, and so
Yes, it was. I watched it.
You watched it too, right? So
I did.
So it was green at 623, and then it dropped down to 622. And then even the next bar, we still have this wick, so it made a new lower low, right? So it still had that bearish effect, but it wasn't that big of a bearish effect. It wasn't that strong of a GEX signal. And in addition to that, one very important concept that I really tried to one actually important theoretical concept that I really try to impress upon people is that all the variables can kind of cancel each other out. And here we have a very strong pink bar. This pink bar is very, very bullish. Okay, like this is not your run-of-the-mill pink bar. This pink bar is a $400 million sell pink bar.
Hey, Tay,
Yeah.
for a long time, like since I've been here, you've always told us that smart didn't matter.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have changed my mind.
Things change. Life, things in life change, man.
Wait,
It's
you
because
said 400 million?
the reason why I said that smart, okay, fine, it's 337.4 million. Sorry, I was just eyeballing it based off of the axes. But if you look at the number, it's actually 337.4 million. And to be honest, I don't really even understand what the deal is with those people that like watch the numbers throughout the day. I don't even really watch the numbers. I just kind of eyeball them, because I mean, like, I don't really need to know like how much bigger this lime green is over that lime green, but I can tell just visually that this pink bar is humongous. It absolutely dwarfs
Oh.
all the other flows previous to it throughout the
Well,
day. So I
well,
see
you
it.
have a reference for like historic values, right? Like somebody new to the platform, they have no idea if that's a really big pink bar or not. So, like having historical references is key to knowing whether it's big enough to make a movement happen.
Yeah, that's why I always encourage people to
Go back
look
and
back.
look at the data.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like years worth of data. You can go back to anywhere you want. Like you go back to
It's very
June
helpful.
4th, and then you get all this stuff, right? Like check out this pink bar here. It's negative 76.4 million, and then we get like this big dippy doodad after that. But anyways, back to today.
That was a crazy day you just had up.
That was
That's
Liberation Day.
Oh,
probably.
was it June 4th?
Did you
I
No,
believe
just
no,
skip
so,
no, I
like
don't
wasn't
about
it?
think
a
so.
rain?
Or was that April?
That was April.
April, my bad. Couple
Anyways,
months off.
so yeah, so as I was saying, this is bearish, and it
Hmm.
did contribute to this breakdown later, which Berkshire says is impossible because it's a Trump tweet. I'll get to that later. This is a theoretical question. I'm just trying to teach Lauren the basics here, okay, Berkshire? Not everyone's a software
Okay.
engineer.
Fair enough.
Anyways, so 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 this pink bar, very
Yes.
very big, very bullish, combined with this
Yes.
golden sweep here, and you see
Yes.
the pink bar. It also comes with the the largest the largest Momo selling bar of the day.
So
And
far, yeah.
and
So far, yeah.
this pink bar, all it means is that the only reason it's pink is that we have smart selling and Momo selling simultaneously.
Right.
That's the only thing that the pink bar means. So the pink bar will never
Yes.
show up when Momo is buying. It will only show up when Momo is selling. Okay? And
Because
then
red is smart selling, pink is both selling, dark green is smart buying, lime green is both buying,
yeah. And we
right?
really just kind of want to focus on the lime and the pink for now.
Right.
Yeah. So so the I mean like you see here, this lime led to this red right after. And but if you look at the really big limes, you'll you know, so the larger the flow, the larger the dollar amount of the flow, and these charts
Hmm.
are all in dollars, by the way.
Yep.
But the larger the dollar amount, the more likely you get that rubber band effect where it snaps back. Um, and the reason for that, I think this is as good of a time as any. Let's switch to my paint. Okay? So like you guys see my paint?
No.
No.
Nope.
No. There we go.
Oh, okay. My paint's here, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So like just imagine like there's these like Spartans with like shields and like spears and shit, right? And there's like a ton of them. There's like 300 of them, and I can't draw 300, so I'm just gonna,
Oh, duh.
right? And they're like exerting this force, right? Can you guys see this animation?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so they're exerting this. You guys can see me move this thing horizontally, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So so they're exerting this force, and we could call this selling, right? But people always when they first come to Big Short, people are always like, why is selling bullish? Why is buying bearish, right? And the reason for that is these these gears here, these gears are not human beings. They are they are machines. They are and because market makers are algorithmic market making, you know, algorithms, okay? And they exert a constant sustained sort of tension. I mean, like this is oversimplification, okay? Obviously, it's like this it, it's not like it's not a constant. It's a curved line. But they you can think of it simplistically as exerting a constant pressure against this is what I hope my boss sees me watching right now. Okay, but yeah, you can think of it as it's exerting a constant pressure, right? So it's strong. It's like the Spartans are strong enough that they can push this wall back. They can push the wall like, let's say 10 feet this way, right? But eventually they get tired. And when they get tired, their muscles give out and then the wall wins because the wall is just a machine. Whereas
Okay.
human emotions can tire. Machines, they they don't tire because they're just based on statistical arbitrage and that kind of stuff. But like eventually, I mean, there are times, of course, when the Spartans are so strong that they actually push the wall all the way to the gear, and then they break the gear, and then we get this humongous capitulation by the machines because they're designed to manage risk, and then we get like a GME situation where a stock that has no business being $400 a share becomes $400 a share.
So this
Um,
is kind of theory-ish, Tay. Let me ask you a question. So how would I translate this to reading a chart on BS? So I get that I finally get your Ninja Star thing because you're talking about like humans, we run out of money, the machine does not, right? Or well, I mean it can, like it can get over or tired, but it doesn't stop buying or selling. It only does it after a certain price range. So how do I do this on a BS chart to understand when it's going to break?
okay, I wasn't really listening that carefully to your question, but I'm going to answer an adjacent question, which I think will help you
Okay.
with what you want to know. So in Big Short, we don't know. Okay, this is going to be a very theoretical answer, and I kind of want to get back to the main stuff, but it is like relevant to this discussion. So I'll talk about it. In Big Short, we don't know this magical number. This is the most important number, which is at what point can we push the price so hard that the market makers lose, that the market makers capitulate. That's this number, right? And other services and other software and other charts, you have absolutely no chance in hell of knowing what this number is. But at Big Short, we know two numbers, which is we know
Momo?
Asking bid.
wait, let me I think I need to change the color here. Is somebody talking?
Is
Sarah,
he asking the
Sarah,
bid?
mute yourself. Sarah, Sarah, Sarah,
Yep.
mute
Yep.
Sarah, mute
Hold
yourself.
on.
yourself.
I'm trying to.
Anyways, this is the number that you see on every other chart, which is price. Price is this right here. So it's pretty straightforward. We start here and we end there. And so this distance traveled by the Spartans is price. Okay? And this distance right here, the amount that the Spartans have to push in order to break the machine, this is like secret market maker, you know, breaking point. But the great thing that we know is that we know we know the Spartans' energy level. Okay. And the energy level we know from here. Well, actually, let's call it Momo. You can't really see, but there's a Momo bar there. Okay? And then so when you see a big pink bar like this followed like in tandem with a really large Momo selling downward pointing shadow bar, what it means is that these Spartans are expending an enormous amount of effort to push the price exactly this distance right here. And when they expend that much effort, their energy goes from like let's say that line down to zero. And after their energy runs out, their muscles are fatigued, and muscles in this case are an analogy for emotional tolerance, greed or fear or whatever, right? And once that is exhausted, then we get this rally right here. And that is, in essence, the reason why Smart Flow and Momo Flow work. As because like if you only have price, right? You don't know how exhausted they are. Like for example, this right here, this looks pretty strong, right? This looks like they should be exhausted, right? But they're not, because you see here, they did not exhaust themselves. They like they were only pushing with 1/20th of their strength, and yet they were able to move SPY from six from whatever this is to whatever this is, right?
That was good explanation.
Yeah. Whereas here they move SPY about the same amount, but you can see that they're fucking exhausted as fuck. Okay? And that's when you know the wall is gonna just like push back and just run them over. And they're gonna be roadkill. Okay? And so
Amazing explanation.
you want to bet on the wall.
Hmm.
And it's the exact opposite when they're buying, but I'm not going to spend time drawing the opposite. You guys get the idea.
Yeah. I gotta say, this is probably the best way that you've ever explained the Ninja Star thing ever. Like, bravo! I've seen a bunch of your QAs, and I finally understand it. Nicely done.
Well, you can thank stepmom Lauren because she motivated me to put this together as an emergency all hands on deck Q&A.
I know. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is making a lot of sense because when you had said before, Tay, about trading bars, right? Like the pink bar and then the lime green bar. That was very nebulous. I didn't understand exactly what you were talking about. But when you put it in terms of this, as well as that rubber band snap effect, it does make a lot of sense. And putting it into context with the bars as well, explaining that this is the almost like an exhaustion level, your energy bar, if you will, your health meter. If we were playing a video game, like I get that, that makes a lot of sense. So I can see now when you said this was so easy, how did you not see this? I didn't look at it in this kind of a context. So this makes a lot of sense because this big giant pink bar here is basically running down the meter of health, if you will. So that means that the buyers are going to be stepping in at this point because the sellers are now exhausted. So that does make complete sense when it's into that concept, as opposed to when I'm looking at it with a different lens of what, because I'm like, okay, it's selling, it's selling, it's selling, it's selling. How do I know that it's not just going to keep on selling in the next 5 minute candle? How am I supposed to know that it's going to bounce back up again? Like that's where I get lost, was where my entry should be. How long should I be staying in it so that I can capitalize as much as I can on movements? That's where that's where I'm struggling the most, is, let's put it that way. But this does help clarify quite a bit.
Okay. Anyways, so let's not confuse this with volume. Volume is what is
Correct.
present on other sites. We are actually charting the directional flow of the force. Whereas if this red bar existed, but simultaneously, instead of this pink bar, let's imagine there's a Momo flow green bar here, right? Do you guys know what that means? That means
Opposite.
that this wall, this movement here, that means that this movement was not because the Spartans were pushing, but it's because this gear was rotating in reverse and pulling the wall back towards itself. Let's digest that for a second. Okay? There's a situation where this wall and the Spartans are pushing against each other. But there's this other bizarre situation I described, which is obviously going to be a lot less frequent, but I just want you guys to see both sides of the coin. The other situation is where it's the market makers who are pushing the price down and not the regular retail. And so that's a situation where you have to be way more suspicious, right? You don't want to be betting on the wall reverting at that point because the wall is moving on its own volition. And the Spartans are not exhausted. The Spartans, they still have full health. They can drive it lower.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Anyways,
hmm
let's now go back to this. Okay. Let's go back to your little test.
Hey, Tay, quick question on that. So like if I look at today, for example, right? So the pink bar, for the big red candle that we're seeing, the Spartans were pushing, and then there's a red bar next to it.
Are you talking about this one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So there's a red bar, and then it's a green bar, which then the market makers are pulling that wall back. And then and I guess this is where you're talking about where the Spartans haven't been exhausted, where there's another red candle.
Okay, should I just like make it bigger and forget about this test that I'm doing for Lauren?
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead. If you haven't gotten that far, then I can wait.
No, it's fine. Let's do it. Let's just get to your question. Go ahead.
So and then the green
It's
bar
funny,
where
like in the Discord, El Juancho was like, "Don't interrupt Tay. Tay's about to drop the real good stuff." But then this, it always goes like this. But anyways, let's take your question. It sounds like a good question.
so I just wanted to understand that concept that you were just talking about, right? So then we saw the green bar, which the gear is pulling that wall back, right? And then there's another red candle or the pink bar, which now the Spartans pushed fully to exhaust out their energy.
You're talking about this bar?
Correct.
Okay. And then what's your question?
And then so that green bar before is where the gear was pulling that pricing back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And no. That's not correct because it would be pulling the pricing back if this were a red price movement. Remember? So if the gear reverses and goes this way, then the wall pulls back, but they're actually pushing the wall against the Spartans.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
the movement is this is them running over the Spartans for one moment.
Gotcha.
And I actually want to create a name. I'm going to coin a name for this right now just so you guys can really commit to memory. You notice how these and this is actually the question that Berkshire asked before, and I promised Berkshire that I was going to get to this. And this is the moment, okay? This is your time to get what you wanted. This small green bar moved up or let's say this collection of small green bars moved the price up larger than this humongous pink bar. Okay? And I want you guys to really conceptualize and think about what that means. The Spartans are pushing so hard to make this much headway, but but the moment that they retreat a little bit, the moment that they relax a little bit in the reverse direction, they give up so much territory that they fought so hard for.
They get run over.
Yeah. But importantly, they're being run over with very little effort. And so the term that I want to, like the image I want you guys to imagine is, I want you guys to imagine Thanos flicking the price with his finger. Okay? Like he has it required almost no effort for Thanos to like this very small amount of effort resulted in a very large upward move in price. And that means that it's a lot harder to move the price down than it is to move the price up. Like think about all the grunting and moaning involved in pushing this down. Whereas this is just, it's just very easy breezy. It's just like they're making a joke out of them, right? Alan says, can we mute everyone and use the raise hand feature so Tay can finish his thoughts and he can respond once he's done? I feel like we lose big, huge points because people have questions about the minutia. Yeah, that's a common sentiment when it comes to these Zoom Q&As. And yeah, I feel myself like getting derailed and stuff when I'm explaining shit too. But it's fine. I mean, this is a good question. It's a good segue. Yeah. And so so the reason why I want you guys to think about Thanos flicking his finger on this one, on this green bar, is because it's going to come into play later. Because it tells you a lot about the environment where this takes so much effort, this takes so much effort, and this takes so much effort, but this very little effort, this very little effort. And so the moment that the downward pressure is abated, the moment when the Spartans finally fucking give up, because I mean, like they had a lot of juice in them to push this hard for 3 times, right? But the moment that they give up, you know what happens? The rest of the day is a fucking super uptrend, okay? And the reason we know it's going to be that strong of an effect is because we see how easily they could push up the price. If it takes so much effort to push the price down and so little effort to push the price up, what do you think is going to happen? Because muscle energy is a finite amount of stuff, right? And human emotional energy is the same thing. Like there's only so much stress, only so much butt clenching a human being can take before they're just like, fuck it, they cry uncle and they capitulate. And so yeah, I mean, and this right here was the largest lime green and largest Momo buying bar of the day. And they were pushing up against like a lot of selling right here, and it did result in some a small little dip right here. And this is also combined with the QQQ that guy, sorry, I forgot his name, but he called it out. So the QQQ GEX dip was here. And Lauren, what this is bearish, right? And then so QQQ and SPY, they're correlated and they kind of influence each other. And so we had multiple signals aligned for at least taking profits here, if not shorting, right? Because you have QQQ going down, you have this big line bar. The Spartans are pushing really far up now, right? The Spartans are like, we're gonna take this to the moon. Okay, go ahead, Lauren. And your mic is muted right now. Yeah, go.
I know, I just didn't want to interrupt you. So we're on this lime green bar right here. You just said this is a perfect place for profit taking. When you see that big lime bar go up, that is a kind of an obvious exit here for a profit taking signal, is what I'm seeing. Is that correct or not?
Yes. In fact, in the
Gotcha.
Discord, I typed it out and I said, watch out for this line bar, guys. It was after
I missed it.
yeah,
Sorry.
I did this self-congratulatory thing because, okay, so I
You
mean,
know.
Berkshire or Brack or somebody ruined the whole, quiz that I was going to give you, but let's just pretend that you didn't see that. Lauren,
I'm here. Tell me.
what does this red gex mean?
It means bearish.
No, see, this is why you need to study like an Asian.
I'm
Okay?
kidding. I'm messing with you. It means bullish.
Okay, good.
Continue.
It's bullish. And and it's fairly significantly bullish because it's moving to $2. And what do we get? We get that big green bar. And so
Yep.
when in the Discord, when this line went down, multiple people called it out, and multiple people said, "Oh, the GEX line is going down." And everyone who studied my 3D GEX diagrams know that that's bullish. And then, of course, there was a little, anxiety and hand wringing for 10 minutes or so. And then we get this big explosive move up. And it's like, Tay is not a false prophet after all. He has delivered on his promises. And everyone was cheering and busting open the champagne. And then I instructed all the Tay cult followers to do the martial arts, synchronized form thing. And then I simultaneously I also pointed out that there was this the lime green to watch out for. In fact, let's go to the Discord. Oh, look, we have Thanos here. And I remember I misspelled lime. Okay, I said, so Lauren, while you were sitting there just losing money for no reason, we were congratulating ourselves. And I said, nice, Gex red line bitches. This is after Zeta said, let's go. Well, first before that we had Tay slope explanation, Gex line down, called out by Bonnie. Yeah, and here you are, none the wiser, just like being part of the Discord but not knowing what's going on. And
I
then
actually think I went to the bathroom and then came back and had no idea what was going
oh,
on.
okay. Well, the key call out was this Gex dropped by Hunter, an honorary member, and you should especially notice the messages from the honorary members because there's a reason why they're honorary members. So Hunter says Gex dropped, a couple people hearted it. Bonnie says Gex line down, and JC says Tay slope explanation, and that was right here at this moment. And
Your
then
3D explanation you said that you talked about, is that that is in Discord that I can go look at,
yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
I
I'll find
link
it.
I link it probably at least twice a day.
Okay,
But,
I'll go look for it then.
but yeah. But anyways, so I don't know. I guess you're just broing out with I want to try at this point, while all of us are just entering call options, and then I can't hear you. Your mic is muted. But anyways, you say, "Ha, I doubt that. Thank you, dear." 10 minutes later, Zeta says, "Let's go." Hobote says, "Nice Gex redline bitches," and we get all these people celebrating because they know what's up, and it's because we made all this money. And then, but right when I said that, I said, "Watch out for lime here," and I misspelled lime, and that's why I was able to find it so quickly. And and uh, and when I said watch out for lime here, it was actually right at the tippy top of this green bar. This green bar looked like it was going to be a green bar to the moon, but instead it was not because the Spartans ran
It's
out of
still on the
Yeah,
Discord
can you
page.
switch to the chart?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
This
No
is
worries.
why I need Sarah, for the love of God. Um, okay, so yes. So this was where we got in, and this was where we exited, and this green bar was all the way up here. It didn't have this top wick. It was a filled green bar all the way up here when I said, watch out for line here.
And the NOF flipped right there at the bottom of that as well.
Yeah, all kinds of shit going on. There's just too many good signals here at BigShort.
You said not to worry about dark pool. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You said not to worry about dark pool prints when they're within the candle or on the wick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right next to that, where your cursor is right now, if you go over two more, there's a little dark pool print right above the main trading activity on that. Just don't worry about that dark pool print because right
Don't
after
worry
that, it did
about
end
it.
up
It does
going down.
look predictive, but
it's not in this case. Maybe.
No, it's probably predictive. I don't want to guarantee it. I don't want to confuse you.
Gotcha.
Because the whole
I got
reason
it.
we're
I got
having
it.
this Q&A is because you're too confused by this information overload of BigShort.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
I'm trying to
too much information. I don't know how to categorize
I'm
and
just
then
trying to keep it
push
really
it all
simple.
together.
I'm telling you, even with
Got it.
this very simple exam notes that I'm giving you, is going to be enough for you to make some
Oh,
stellar winning
absolutely.
trades.
This already makes a ton of sense. I'm loving this
I
because
am
now I
feeling
can
really
see
good with
exactly
this
what you're
update.
talking about.
Okay, I'm glad people are liking it. Um, but yeah, so I said watch out for Lime here. And
Hmm.
when I say watch out for Lime, it's not because I'm some magical superpower person. I'm just a normal human being reading the same chart as you guys. And I saw the Lime. I saw that it was the biggest Momo buying bar of the day. Go ahead, Lauren Carpenter.
Yay, you can quiz me now. Can I answer your previous quiz question, baby? So
Okay.
you said watch out for the line bar because we are looking at massive amounts of buying. And according to your rubber band effect here, we're also approaching what looks like some kind of resistance. You said watch out for this big, big, big move. Very next one, we have that pullback that comes down. But that selling has been massive compared to any of the other green candles that we have had. So this is going to be indicative of
You mean
here's where your profit taking
the
is.
buying has been massive.
Correct. My bad. Yes, the buying has been
Yeah.
absolutely massive. So
Remember,
this is going to be take your profits
buying is
here.
bearish, selling is bullish.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
So because we have that massive line green, as
Yes.
it goes up, once this has been exhausted, then once we go to that next candle, this could be indicative of a pullback. And that is going to be at the top of the next section of how many is that 30 minutes that we're looking at? 30, 45 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, got it. Just wanted to make sure I was on the same page with what you were explaining.
Yes. And then as you
Cool.
see
Yay.
the flow kind of dries up, and I don't like to take trades when the flow is low. I like to take trades, the bigger the flow, the better. You know, the more money and the faster I can make money if the flow is big. So right now it's getting kind of quiet, right? But then we get this thing happening. So what does that mean?
Yeah,
Are you asking
that
me?
was me, Tay. I asked, is
Yep.
that
Yep.
bearish?
Yep. I know that, but I'm just quizzing Lauren.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, bearish.
Yep. It's bearish. And Vino Rosso correctly pointed out that that the result was a little underwhelming here because we do get this red bar and then we get this bottom wick here, but it wasn't really a huge moneymaker trade like these huge flow trades were. Um, but you know, I wouldn't say that that was like a complete fail of a signal. It was just kind of, you know, not the best. And
If you were
that's
talking before, like what you had said, this is not in conjunction with our previous drop in the green jacks up at the top. We had that massive amount of selling with that pink bar, which is an indicate a pretty heavier bearish move. And on that drop in the jacks that we were just at later on in the day, when it was at 624, went down to 623, we don't have a corresponding pink bar there. So that says to me that this won't be as big of a bearish move, kind of
you
slightly.
well,
Am I reading that
the
correctly?
pink bars are bullish, so you must have misspoken just
Oh,
now.
right. But what I mean is, so, okay, so at that pink bar so this checks drops, this drops, but then right after that, we have that push up. So this is we have that little drop, which had that little 5 minute red candle that did drop down. It wasn't as massive as the other one was because we don't have a ton of that selling like we did at I don't know what time that is, right? In conjunction with the golden sweet, that pink bar.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
next huge candle, we had a big pink bar. Next big red candle, we had a big pink bar. So we
But
had that first one over
but
where your cursor is right now. Jex drops.
Vino Rosso's point though is that it went up afterwards, right?
Hmm.
And
Is that due to it being a honey badger day? Which, you know, if I'd
Oh,
known
I see what you're saying. Ignore me. I'm going to mute myself. I get it.
okay, all right. So Vino Rosso, to address your concerns, there's, you know, it's a multi-variable equation, as I always like to say, and there's a lot of different variables. One of them is the fact that it's honey badger day. There's a lot of short covering. There's also not really a lot of flow going on in general either. And let's not forget that that smart is still significantly the green line is still below zero. So there's still like smart money selling is still like on net balance in the negative, which is bullish. But I wouldn't read too much into that. But it's just good to know the context, right? Like if the green line is like positive with a dip, that's very different from the green line, dipping into the negative. Okay, Berkshire, you've had your hand up for a while.
Yes, I've been wanting to get to this one thing that you said, like you're like 70% serious. So you said that Badger
Oh, the
Day
Trump thing, yes.
predicts Trump tweets. How the frick does that work?
Okay, so if you are a student of Tay, you know that there's two golden trading rules of Tay. What are they?
News doesn't matter.
News doesn't matter, right?
And then what was the other one? Time is
Don't
more
lie
important than
during power
price.
hour.
Time is more important than price. Anyways,
Time. It's about time.
Brack saved you, but the news doesn't matter, and that's something that you should really know. Um, and of course, there are exceptions to the rule, but there's two components of it. Okay, so oh my gosh, this is such a theoretical thing, and this is actually an entire chapter of my book, and I don't know if I should get into
Is
this
this
in.
like a conspiracy theory that Trump tweeted in order to help shorts cover?
No, you can't. You think I'm some kind of retard or something? Like I
I,
made BigShort. I made $200,000 in the past like 3 weeks alone. Okay, I'm
no,
not retarded.
dude, I believe you. Don't worry. I know that you know what you're talking about. It just blows my mind that you think that, or that you're saying that, HBD has predictive power for when Trump is going to
Okay,
make a market
no, that's not
impacting tweet.
that's not what I'm saying. Well, that's okay. That's part of it. But okay, I'm just gonna really try to package this in a oversimplified way because I want to move on. But
Okay.
let's just say there's two components to the answer to your question. One is that there is insider trading going on,
Hmm.
and this has been demonstrated, for multiple different Trump tweets, especially Liberation Day. Like it was clearly people were front running it. Okay. And when people do that, that all gets factored into the flow leading up to the news event, right? So if what was this Trump tweet anyways today?
I don't even
See,
know. I
that's
just know
that
that
that's how
people are
much the
saying it's
news
about the
doesn't matter
Trump.
is we don't even care,
Yeah.
right?
It
It
was
was
firing Jerome Powell.
right, firing Jerome Powell, right? So
Again?
yeah, there you go. I mean, so and that speaks to yet another point that Brack just brought up, which is that there is the insider trading component, but then there's also the component of people who are kind of just reading the signs and and uh and making an educated guess based on things that they're hearing, right? Because and this is the entire topic of my book, which is that the way that we profit from trading in this world, our main job as traders is finding the delta between reality and narrative. And so the first people on board the ship are the people that know for sure, the people in Trump's inner circle. They know that it's getting hairy. They know that on balance, because I mean, like, we're talking like, you know, like JD Vance's cousin or something, right? Like
Hmm.
he knows that on balance, like JD Vance knows what's going on. He's a super insider, so like he knows what's going on with trade. He knows what's going on internally. Knows where Trump's position is on Powell and everything. And in aggregate, these people, they're always going to know more than us. And then there's this second tier of people where they have really fucking good research, right? And they have like enough sources that people are whispering to them, and it's like this slow leakage of information into the market because the market is just priced according to what what some of the people think some of the time. Again, this is
You
like
don't have to get into it. I can go into this in another QA, but that makes more sense to me now.
Okay.
there's okay,
So,
okay, but there's a second component that I want to address before moving on.
okay.
The
I
second
have I have date night tonight, guys. I might have to step off.
Just start with ice water.
That's
She's
good.
gonna have a
how
really
much how much time do you have,
Thanks for
Lori?
being the stooge.
Sure.
I got like another 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it looks he's not
I'm
currently.
gonna mute Michael Wilson because he's talking. Anyways, so okay, just really quick, Berkshire. The second thing I want you to keep in mind, though, is that the movement that occurs when the news is announced is not a natural movement. There is a manipulative element involved. Like, who's to say that this red bar should be exactly $4? Why not $5? Why not $6? Why not $3? Right? And that 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 difference between how much it should move and how much it actually moves, that's not something that normal Joe Blows like ourselves can immediately ascertain right there in the moment. And the the powers that be take advantage of that. I'm talking about the HFTs, market makers, dealers, everybody. Okay. And so that's another way in which the size of this bar can be predicted by the flows leading up to it. And it can also be predicted by the flows happening during the formation of the bar itself. And furthermore, the reversion effect can also be predicted by the flows, and the reversion effect can be predicted by how hard the insider is shorted before the dropping of the news. So there's all these factors coalescing into one, nexus of equilibrium, and this what we get is what we see on the chart. And that's what I meant when I said that I'm 70% serious. Okay, let's go back to Lauren Carpenter's exam. So Lauren, yeah, then what's this one?
So we have the last candle that you're looking at right there.
Yeah. What's
You want me to
what's the
ask if
GEX
it's
here?
bullish or bearish?
Yeah.
It's bullish. It's going up.
Okay. But you know what? Guess what? It went down. So
What
life
time are
does
we talking about here?
what time?
Yeah. Did you say that
2:30.
at power hour, sometimes the indicators don't really work that
It's
well? What time is this?
13:20,
Got
so
it. Okay.
so before power hour. But you know what? This just goes to show that life doesn't always work out like how you want it to be. But at the same time, in the Discord, on this particular bar, I typed in Discord, I said, I'm leaning bearish. I'm leaning bullish.
Yes.
I said, I'm leaning bullish. And one of the reasons why I was leaning bullish is because the GEX went up. But the GEX went up, but then at the same time, they're kind of like, they're trying to get Brack to capitulate on his position before taking it up.
Those bastards.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you have to understand, like, they need to cover their shorts. It's a honey badger day, which you didn't know, but it's a honey badger day. They need to cover their shorts. This dark pool pops up below, which
Mm-hmm.
it's a small dark pool, but it adds to the case, right? Because the dark pools, this is just them like trying to sneakily exit their position. But then eventually we get new highs, right? They
Mm-hmm.
just waited for the exact moment that Brack.
Right after I sold.
Yeah, right after he sold.
Story of my life, my man. Story of my life. I get it.
And yeah, I mean, like, there's no reason. There's no reason to not be bullish. But the flows are small enough that, they could get away with more manipulation. They can't really get away with manipulation here because, I mean,
That was going to be my next question. Okay, continue. They can't get away with manipulation because of that. Okay.
There's so much volume.
Yeah, it's just too big of a stampede. It's more like this. They are getting away with more manipulation than ever on this bar.
Right.
However, imagine that we are watching a bunch of poachers in Africa let's imagine we're just we're just vultures and we're watching the lions just tear through all these water buffalo, like they're just killing the gazelles left and right, right? It is just a slaughter. But they can't kill all the gazelles because there's just too many gazelles at that moment. Whereas here, there's really not a lot of gazelles, so they have a lot more control over the situation. Even though
Okay.
pound for pound, they're making more money and killing more gazelles here.
So further on in the day, when it randomly goes up, this could be attributed to some market maker institutional manipulation here, because from what I am seeing,
what I'm saying is this move downwards, it could be a fake move because
Okay.
the flow is not big enough where they're desperate to immediately take advantage of the situation. They want to kind of wait it out. They want to wait for Brack to get out, right? But
Gotcha.
if there's this much flow, they cannot wait for Brack to move out because there's way bigger players than Brack that they
Okay.
need to
Got it.
exploit. So that's why I always paint this analogy of us being this observing third party, right? Because
Yep.
we're observing Brack and we're observing these other animals getting killed, and our job is to be on the side of the bad guys. We are on the side of the lions. We want to feast on Brack's corpse, but there simply
Sorry,
aren't
Brack.
enough Bracks over here. There's a shit ton of Bracks here. Like these Bracks are so fat, they're like institutional Bracks, right?
Oh, poor Brack.
Like we're talking like I'm just gonna pull something out of my ass. So this is just a made up narrative. But like there's these imagine that there's like these macro funds that hedge against the losing confidence in the dollar, right? And if the Fed's no longer independent and Trump has free reign to just, fire the Fed chair and put whatever guy he wants in charge there, that really shakes confidence in the dollar. And you have all these like, firms in Europe that are just constantly running the numbers like, should we stick with the dollar? Or should we hedge our dollar exposure by like 2%? And those firms, they're asleep at this point because it's Europe and or I don't know, maybe they're home from work. I don't know what time it was in Europe when this happened, but it's all automated. Um, so yeah, I think that concludes Lauren's quiz. And you see, Lauren, the first thing we learned was dark pools below are bullish, and you saw that
Yep.
the price went up after the dark pools, and you saw, I mean, there's if you want to, okay, you know what? I am going to compel you to look at this thread in Discord. Okay, I will even show you how to look at it. You guys see the Discord screen right now?
Yes.
So go to official TRX, and there's this thread in official TRX called "I'm going to create a thread here,"
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's
Perused through that earlier.
this white picture. Yeah. And so when you peruse through it, just go to the top here and look at
Uh-huh.
these examples I'm posting, right? So like
Gotcha. Okay.
so we click this and we open it up and then we see it here.
It didn't open for us. Yep.
No, it's working on it. Just
Yeah.
it takes a hot minute. There we go.
And that was wait, where's the GEX? Wait, where's the
Is it too old for GEX?
No, the GEX was right here. Andrew, where's the GEX?
It says July 9th.
Oh shit. Okay. Anyways, so yes. Wait, was this an incorrect one? No.
I think we lost some historical data when the new release was done yesterday.
No, we didn't lose any historical data. That's impossible.
I mean, with the GEX, not with everything else.
Right. Well, the GEX was never on until it was.
Wait,
Yeah, we didn't save the GEX prior to its release, so there's no process GEX historically.
What day was GEX?
But wait, hold on. I don't get this. Doesn't this link say 2025 July 10th?
I thought it was the 8th that we released GEX.
We released GEX like 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
No,
was
okay.
on
So
the
no,
10th.
look,
No.
you can see on the Discord that I'm posting this on July 10th. So I'm posting charts from
Yeah,
Okay,
last
okay,
week
okay.
we lost it.
Actually, I see what you guys are saying. Yeah, so what happened was the format of how I'm sending GEX data to the UI has changed since the beginning of when it was released. So that's what you mean by we lost like historical data? Yes, we did.
Okay, well then all of the hard work that I've put into compiling these examples is now destroyed by Andrew. But that's okay because you can just instead randomly click on the dashboard for top 10 or top 10 negative Martian. So let's just go through and just randomly click one. Let's click circle. Yeah, so circle, as you can see, and I didn't know it was going to look like this. I just randomly click one. And Lauren, as you can see,
Green
the
up,
green
go
line went
long.
up and it was green is bullish. And guess what? It was a
Yep.
humongous uptrend day. Circle's up
Humongous day.
19% common stock alone. Can you imagine if you had bought options? You would be a
Hmm.
millionaire. Okay?
They're expensive right now. But I do have to run. I'm so sorry, Tate. Thank you so much for taking all of this time out of your day.
You better
Everyone,
make
thank you
money
so much for
tomorrow.
joining
Lauren, you got to
and
make
helping me
money.
through this.
Big Short is better than prison.
Oh, I love it. I just didn't understand it. I mean, I understand the individual components, but not how to put them all together and to be able to see, okay, this and then that. If you were talking about,
Look at
whatever
this.
Berkshire,
Look at this lime, Lauren. What happens after the lime? It just
the
goes
line
kind
is
of
going to
flat.
be, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
They
Yeah,
and
no,
it takes a
it
break
makes
after the
so much
lime.
sense to me now. Like it's so obvious. It's almost a duh moment. But at the same time, I'm glad you guys walked me through this so that I can say, because this is very similar to what I've learned not using Big Short, but I'm just putting it into a different frame of reference. So this is a lot easier for me to understand. And I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to walk me through this, being so patient and answering all of my questions. I really do appreciate it. And I'm excited. So thank you so much. Thank you again.
Okay. All right. Good luck
Bye guys. I gotta
bye-bye.
run. Date night.
Yep.
Bye.
See now, there's
Don't kiss
someone
on the
that
first
doesn't
date.
take this seriously. She'd rather go on a date than learn about Big Short. So we need some more we need some more
Dedication.
devoted
I'm still
use.
here, asshole.
Oh, right.
I had to figure out how to log out, jackass. All right, you guys have a good one. My marriage is a little bit more important, just letting you know, but I do love it.
Marriage. Okay. You, who
Hey
needs
Tay, this
marriage?
is
Hey,
Sam.
Tay.
You're gonna make so much money from Big Short, you don't even need a husband anymore. Anyways, go ahead, Brack.
So, question for you. In the afternoons, when all of the flows are smaller and the signals are so hard to see, is it all right for us to use the slider and move over and get some,
You know what's
some
funny?
size to stuff?
I was really hoping that you're gonna say, is it all right for us to step away from the computer and
Well, if you
take a
tell me
break?
that,
And
that's okay too.
That's what I was thinking he was gonna say.
yeah, but instead you brought the degenerate gambler energy there. No, Brack, you make money when the flows are high, not when the flows are low.
Okay.
And that I think is one of the major problems with your trade is that you're putting the money in after the price had already moved so much, after everyone's cards were already like we're talking like, you know,
Well, for some reason, I missed out on the morning.
and that's my point of all of this, which is that everybody is exactly where they deserve to be. Because if you put in the work, this software, I am telling you, it is free money. It is so easy. And I'm here trying to help you guys because I mean, I just see how you guys pathetically just rely on EMA crossovers and or I don't know, like people talk about RSI just to troll me, but like, I mean, the stuff that you guys are doing in trading is so retarded with the capital R. And
Today's coaching was fantastic.
okay, great. I'm glad I could help people become less retarded.
Hey Tay, I have a question just to cement the concept of the GEX lines. When the green line is going, let me pull it back up.
It's Gex with a G.
Yeah,
Gamma.
GEX. So when it's going down, the green line, it's bearish, and then the red line going up is bearish, and vice versa. So it's an inverse relationship, right?
Uh, green line up is bullish, green line down is bearish, red line up is bearish, red line down is bullish. And I'm sure this has been, I mean, there's some kind of AI here taking notes, and I'm reading the chat, and there's people like pasting the rules in the chat and shit. So it's you got it. You can find it somewhere. There's the reference is gonna exist somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
if
Now,
Matt decides to get off his ass and make an article about this, then it'll be in an article too.
gotcha. Hey, so okay, so I know you referenced circle here, and I take it using the GEX is not applicable to all of the tickers, right? just select ones, or at least
No, it's applicable to all the tickers, but you do need to make sure that the GEX is substantial enough. And um, that's why I clicked on one of the top tens here. Because I found Circle just randomly from this list of top
And
10,
only tickers with good volume.
well, good
Right.
options volume, right?
Yeah, good
okay.
options
Right.
So
volume.
Yeah. We
yeah,
want
so
to,
can we look at Tesla for an example really quick?
okay. All right.
So like here,
Now this was, I would actually say this is a failed signal, I guess.
okay,
I mean, like, okay, so the signal happens here at the top of this green, right?
right,
And we do, eventually go below that green. But I will say this one thing about Tesla, which is that Tesla is much more Momo driven and has a much slower churn than other tickers. I always use Tesla as an example of a stock that sort of doesn't abide by the same rules as most other stocks. And I think it is because Tesla is a stock where the market makers actually have a lot less control than other stocks.
gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
all right, so I'll just
That's
stick to
that's
the
that's my working theory, but I mean I've mentioned this about Tesla like, even going back like over a year ago.
okay. Yeah, I just recently joined, so I'm like still learning through a lot of this. All right, because I've always seen Tesla as it's going to do what it wants to do, and it counters the market
Like
generally too. So
if you get used to seeing big short charts for a particular symbol like Tesla,
yeah,
absolutely you'll kind of like get accustomed to the rhythm of how the flow interacts with the price. And and that's something you could do with any stock. Me, I'm a big SPY guy, so I'm very kind of good at intuitively understanding how SPY is going to move. Um, but definitely there's some value here for you to understand Tesla as well. It's just going to
gotcha.
be different from SPY. And it's because of churn, and I could get into the theory of churn, but I kind of want to get to the simpler questions before these esoteric theory conversations.
Yeah, no, no, definitely. The other question that I have is, and I take it using SPY, I can probably try to correlate that down to the futures for ES also, correct or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
because SPY and ES are the same, pretty much the same thing. Like they're both trading that basket of 500 S&P 500 stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That answers my question. Thank you.
Great. Now, do we have any kind of moderator here keeping track of questions that people want to ask? Because like Sarah's not here, so uh, anybody want to ask a question? Speak now or
Hey,
forever hold your peace.
No, yeah, hi,
hey,
Tay. I am in terms of like the elite membership, apart from the Honey Badger days, I mean, are you able to sort of share what other benefits there are?
There's no benefit. Don't sign up for it.
There is another benefit. Tay will be less of an ass to you.
Oh, that is a humongous. I'm sorry. I really, my dad always taught me under promise, over deliver. And the niceness aspect, I actually think that there is a real value there because I tend to kind of be a dick in the Discord and like be very dismissive of people. Whereas if you're an elite member and I see that you're paying like 3 times more for no other reason than just to be nice to me, then I'm kind of inclined to be more nice to you too. But I mean, there's like some real asshole users in the basic tier, and they're gonna file chargebacks against me, and then they're gonna like try to defraud me and argue with me about it, and then try to
Seriously?
ruin my reputation. Yeah, in the non subscribers channel, there's that whole fiasco with that Big Kahuna guy, and so like when I talk to somebody on the basic tier, I'm thinking, you know,
They're all like that.
yeah, I'm thinking like I don't know. This guy could turn around and stab me in the back tomorrow. Like, why should I be nice to this guy, right? Whereas with the elite tier people, at least there's some measure of like, okay, this guy has really put his faith and trust in me, and I want to do right by him. But but I mean, like honestly, like the it's only the honey badger signal that's different, and my niceness, and I don't think that it's really a good value for smaller accounts. But then again, there are people with smaller accounts in the elite channel and they swear by it and they say like it's totally worth it. They make up the annual fee in like one trade or something. So, I guess it also depends on like your risk tolerance and how degenerate you go and how leveraged you go on your trades. But
Yeah, well, I'm in the UK, so I do spread betting, which is, you bet against so many points movement. I don't do options, so
okay, you mean are you talking about like binary options or something?
yeah. So it's like I will bet £10 a point on let's say on ES 500. So for every point it moves, I make £10
I see.
or lose £10. That's
Okay. I don't really.
Hey, Tay, there's questions from the chat. I can read them for you if you
Yeah,
want.
Brad, can you be the moderator?
Sure. So anybody who had earlier questions, retype them. I'm just going with what I can see now. First one is top 10 SE. How are you guys using it?
God. Was this an old
Probably
member
they should
question?
look up the last Q&A,
That person should just watch
the
the
previous
first 40
Q&A.
minutes of the last Q&A.
Next one is what are your chart settings for GEX? Do you mind showing it?
Yeah, here you go. I just have the 7DT call wall put wall up. I'm sure the zero gamma gravity are useful somehow, but I haven't researched how to make use of that yet. Whereas with the call wall put wall, I immediately saw the value and I'm like, this is great. And I started to push it on you guys and saying you must take advantage of this.
Next question is can you explain call wall and put wall?
That's what I've been doing this whole fucking time. Did you just get here, Bacchus?
No, isn't there a different call wall? Like the call wall 7DT and the put wall 7DT. That's what I'm asking about.
That's
Yeah,
literally
that's what
the
he's
green line and
been.
the red line on the chart.
Okay, then I guess I don't understand what the fuck I have checked on my graph. Okay.
Okay.
If you got a question and you don't want to talk, just type it.
Yeah. Any newbie questions? Any questions of how to use the platform?
Hey, Dave, not so much how to use the platform. I think by and large, most of the rules that you mentioned are clear and easy. I think where I get stuck on is timing on the delays. I think you call it churn.
Yes.
I've noticed that in some cases, when you have the lime green or the pink bar, the timing tends to be immediate next bar, or it could be 2 or 3 bars out.
Mm-hmm. And
What
that
would you recommend as a typical? I mean, like I know there's never right or wrong answer, but
okay. I guess I'll give you like see of course I always really hate the one size fits all answers, but I'll give you a really dead simple, like super dumbed down, like for retards kind of way to do it. And I don't want to do a disservice to you guys by saying this is the way to do it, which is why I'm prefacing it by saying this is the retard way to do it. But the way that you could do it is the pink shows up, and then you enter like I don't know, like 20% of your position, and then this shows up, and then you add another 20%, and then this shows up, and then you get out. How about that? And then your max, you never even hit your max position of 100%. So that's kind of one way to do it. Um, but like generally speaking, when the bars are really big like that, they resolve pretty quickly. But the big caveat is you have to be aware of the context and um and see the price action and how that's interacting with the flow and whatnot. And
got it.
it's kind of like riding a bike. It's one of those things where you just kind of intuitively have to get a feel for it. And there's a lot of that sort of nebulous ambiguity when it comes to trading. And that's where it becomes kind of an art. It's kind of like the rules
Makes
are
sense. Yeah.
the rules of human emotion.
No,
So
I understand. I
yeah,
understand. I think one suggestion I would give is on the guides, it somehow suggests that the purple bar, I mean, the purple flows at the bottom or the blue hills at the bottom, they are more predictive. And historically, using that, it seems like the action's already taken place. Whereas today's conversation, when you're explaining that it results in a pink bar, so the predictive aspect of the flows gets trumped by the energy put in. So you need to kind of focus more on the pink bar. So historically, I was taking the purple bars as okay, that's predictive. It's
I
going to
mean the
go down
purple hills,
further.
right?
Purple hills, yeah, purple
Right.
hills. I was considering that as predictive. And then I would go take an opposite position, thinking that it's going to go down. And not always it would work out. So that was kind of an eye opener for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean
So
today
next
it
question.
happened to work out good, but I know what you're saying. Like this purple bar, it definitely wasn't the end of the
Yeah, I think,
down. This wasn't
yeah, a
the
great
down.
example is 1st of July. If you hit on 1st of July on SPY,
Yeah, no,
I think
I
that's
know
a
what you're
great
talking about
example
though. I
where
think I do think and
I
and
thought that that was, yeah, it was kind of getting out of the ORB. It was breaking down.
yeah.
And then the next moment it flipped back and went up. So,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And this is something that I myself am not entirely sure about, but I almost feel like let's look at this without Martian, but
That was a weird day.
yeah, that's when I lost quite a lot of money just going opposite. And
yeah.
anyway, it happens. I get it. But
I
um,
feel like okay, so I feel like Gex is like a better version. It's like the new
I
improved
I
version of
agree.
yeah,
I agree. I think GEX is way more easier and predictive.
right.
This
Because
one,
these
like I think in the guides, we reference that flows are sloping down. Even in the start getting started guide, it says all the flows, if there is confluence in them sloping down, it means things should go down. But this was a day where it was opposite.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And
Yeah,
yeah.
that was after 2 o'clock. I saw that too. I was like, okay.
So
Then I realized the price just it was after
yeah.
two.
I mean, I am definitely going to put Gex above Knopf as an indicator, but now you've got me thinking maybe I should put MomoFlow, SmartFlow above Knopf even. Um,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, that's the worst case of Knopf being wrong that I've seen.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll say I've been
This
with
is
the
pretty bad
platform since
too.
October. Yeah, there have been quite a few such instances, but I think flipping the order would make sense.
So I yeah, we'll work on the order. That's a good suggestion. Thank you. And so the thing with Knopf is that it only tracks the amount of dollars flowing into calls and puts, but we don't know the gamma of those contracts. And so that's why
Right.
I think that Gex is just a an improved
Mm,
version of how to visualize options flow. Um, yeah, yeah. Well,
awesome. Thank you.
yeah.
Next one from the chat is regarding GEX moves up, down. If no volume or low volume, does it invalidate the move?
Um, I wouldn't say that it invalidates the move, but it might take longer for the move to pan out. Um, there's more room for fuckery, and just generally speaking, you want to be trading high flow spots in general, and there's so many of them. I mean, like if you find SPY being quiet on a particular day, then just go check out, the trending ticker of the day. Just load it up on BigShort. You have access to every single ticker in the universe at your fingertips. So, I mean, like RGTI today, that was pretty fun, right? It was they came out with some really bullish news today, and
Holy cow.
yeah, and so out of the gate we
Look at
have
that GEX move.
yeah
Holy cow.
we have the bullish red line out of the gate, and then we have the bullish green line following after, and then we have the red line going above the green line, which, as I've explained to you guys, is when there's you know, when everything goes haywire. But yeah.
All right, next one says, not a question. They're not elite because they don't trade SPY. They say they only trade one stock, but they didn't say which one.
Uh-huh.
What's better? No, that's not really a question. So the green and red are the precursors telling you to be ready for the move to a pink or lime green in that direction. Then the green line is what is being bought, more calls or puts above or below. And then the red line is showing where the movement has been going through the day. I'm a total newbie. That was a little confusing.
Yeah, I don't even understand the question. Sorry. Let me read this question over after I fix this chart. What's going on with the scaling, Andrew? There's no reason this should be scaled like this. We're totally zoomed in.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know why it's doing that. Freaking high charts gets buggy like this sometimes.
Oh wait,
Uh,
I'll click this thing, right? Oh yeah.
yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Andrew created this button, guys. So just if the charts look funky, just randomly just mash this button and hope that it fixes it. Um, but yeah. Uh, IONQ. How nice. We have a bearish signal here. It goes down. We have a bearish signal here. Is this IONQ or SPY? It looks so similar to SPY. I guess it just kind
It
of
is
followed.
SPY, didn't refresh.
Look at the after hours price, it's down 93%.
Oh, very boring GEX on IONQ today. We only have this fun little dark pool before the big red drop, along with lime green and Momo buying out of the gate. We have this pink bar right at the bottom of the morning, big rally right after. This is kind of a smaller lime green, but it did lead to a flattening. We had the pinks and the largest, well, almost the two largest Momo sellings of the day. Definitely the largest cluster of the day by volume. And then that was the exact bottom right here on these pinks. Woo! We have the next one. This is the biggest lime. And then we get a red after. Boom. Just like that thing I drew on paint for you guys.
But if you're in from the two pinks, that doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, Brack, I don't know what you're doing dicking around with SPY like after everyone's left the party. Like
He's like that guy that comes in like at the end of the party. He's like, "All right, guys, let's get this party going."
All right, next question here. They asked why the 7 DTE call put wall versus the 0-day when you were checking or unchecking.
I don't know, bro. That's just the way that I told Andrew to program it, and we wanted to see what it looked like, and it just ended up being the one that we used. But I mean, I'm sure the normal ones, the the aggregate ones, they're very similar.
Yeah, they are very similar when I look at them
Yeah, nothing changes if we add
in
the aggregate.
GEX. Like they change very rarely.
Yeah, but I guess I like the near term expiries because it's I just imagine that it's
They're just more
more
predictive.
I imagine that the market makers can sort of um they can bide their time more with the later expiries, but with the expiries that are expiring sooner, they're kind of forced to adhere to that. That's at least the narrative in my mind. I don't know if it's the correct narrative.
All right, next comment. GEX is awesome. General comment, self-awareness. You made BS as simple as possible, and folks like me try to make it much more complicated. This was a great Q&A. Thanks, Tay. I score it low on the gayness scale. I've traded off GEX for a while. It is very good and can be predictive. Another happy customer.
Great.
NOF is predictive usually, not alone. From Hunter. If possible, can you explain zero gamma flip and gamma gravity in GEX? These two be another indicator to predict.
Nope. I'll explain it later once I figure it out. I used all my chakra on the previous Sharingan usage.
The person who trades a single stock says they trade IONQ and made 3 grand today.
Oh,
I bought
Nice.
it to double pink.
oh, nice.
Very
Yeah, see,
nice.
we have people that sign up and read the guides or read the Discord because the Discord is better than guides. But you read the Discord and you see the double ping, then boom, you make the money.
And
Nice.
they did that with shares.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
$3,000 in shares. So I guess he
Let's
must have
see.
bought, I mean, if he,
3,000 shares, it says.
oh,
Didn't
okay.
stay in, obviously.
Esbaka says, two pink does not stink. You know,
All right, let's
the funny thing
see.
about that is that I think like almost half of our users are female. So
Really?
I don't know.
Careful, sir, is going to kick your ass.
There's a shit ton of females in this Discord, so we have to be gentlemanly, which is why I'm so nice to everybody.
Especially when your name is purple.
Let's see. That's all I see for questions.
IONQ has made me $100,000 with BigShort in the last 2 months. That's
what
nice.
the fuck?
That's nice to know that there's people making a lot of money.
Yeah. Wow. Be nice if you guys posted in the profits channel.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
That'll be really nice.
Note to self, watch IONQ.
So
I have a question of my own about chart game.
Okay.
Without any big short indicators on it, how are we supposed to learn it and get better?
The same way everyone else does.
Well, some folks had a class taught by Tay.
That's true.
There's a video on it.
No, find it for me. Nobody's ever been able to find it.
No, the video exists. It's just
a unicorn.
No, Sarah would have to edit out like a lot of politically incorrect stuff that I said.
I don't care about that.
You don't care about Sarah's time? I mean, like Sarah's hardly
No,
around.
politically incorrect shit. Leave that crap in there.
No, but it's something that we are gonna post on the public website and make accessible. And also, it's like a reflection of I don't fucking know, bro. This is not my department. Like, this sounds like a Matt question.
Yeah, it was deemed too valuable to be given away for free, and it's going to be part of the mythical course.
There you go. It's part of the course that I'm never going to teach because instead I'm writing this wonderful book. It's such a beautiful book. Here, do you guys want me to read an excerpt from my book? Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can't. Wait, where is it?
Where can I buy it? Is it on Amazon yet?
Okay. It's important to realize that there's no physical relationship between price and value. Even if everyone knows that a particular Da Vinci painting is a forgery, and that painting has been certified by 100% of accredited art experts as being a printout from Kinko's rather than an actual painting, the painting could still be worth, parentheses, a colloquialism for price, and prints, $1 billion. Because it only takes one person to set the price at $1 billion. Many financial writers conflate these two terms, and so let's be clear on these definitions. Price is what at least one person thinks is the value. Value, a colloquialism that refers to the value to humans as we know them, is the average of what non-omniscient, non-time traveling people thinks is the value, votes adjusted for dollars. Henceforth, let's refer to value as human value to avoid confusion. Objective value is what an omniscient being or time traveler from the future calculates inside of a spreadsheet according to the net present value of future discounted cash flows. The art of making money in markets is in finding the delta between price and human value, or if you're Warren Buffett, then the delta between price and his own personal estimation of objective value. Okay, I'll just leave it there. That's part of my book. No feedback? Great.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just this is a rough draft. I'm gonna clean it up for you guys. But basically, what I'm saying in that excerpt is that is that like literally one person can set the price. Like if one dumbass billionaire says that that printout from Kinko's is worth $1 billion, it's worth like the free market equilibrium price is literally $1 billion because that billionaire bids $1 billion. And the seller is obviously going to sell because it's a printout from Kinko's, right? And and so and this is kind of segue into how what you might think is the objective value of the company is not important. Like there are many scam companies, like Bernie Madoff's company, or Tesla, or what was that? Theranos, right? They become worth billions and billions of dollars, and you can make money going along on them and exiting before the scam is uncovered. Um, so
Oh, you meant Nicola.
no, I meant Theranos, but
Oh, you said Tesla,
no, Tesla's a
and then.
scam too,
Oh,
but
okay.
Elon Musk was able to outrun the scam.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha, gotcha.
yeah,
Well, what happens when we all realize paper money doesn't really have value?
well, when paper money doesn't have value, value producing companies that create products and services that we need will still be worth something because whether we're paying those companies, whether we're paying Apple Bitcoin or gold or dollars or Chinese yuan for those iPhones, Apple's still providing a value to us. And so that's why you should own stocks. However, the very short-term trade is going to be, of course, Bitcoin and gold because people are going to be very scared in that moment of uncertainty. But but it's not that uncertainty will pass, just like the COVID uncertainty passed. Like in March 2020, in my email letter, everyone was like screaming their heads off saying the world was ending. And I'm like, no, bro, they're going to make a vaccine. It's going to be fine. And this was before they even announced that they were making a vaccine. And I said, things will eventually go back to normal. And so if the dollar crashes and no one ever trusts the dollar or uses the dollar ever again, life will still go on. Human society will continue. People will still farm the farmland, grow the crops, and sell the crops to us, and the economy will still be there. And if we change the currency, it's not gonna. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a very tradable event, but
Oh,
it's
for
not.
sure.
It's not going to change the fact that value-producing companies at good prices will always be a good investment. Michael Wilson has a question.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, your software is awesome. Like, I posted my profit gain today for like 7K, and like, man, like,
Nice.
this is like the best trading day I've had. So, wanted to say thank you, and that was all while I was at work too. I was sitting at my desk. I work as a CNA at a hospital, and had some time to sit down, and I was just at my computer, had my uh, like work computer pulled up and I had TradingView, and I had BigShort pulled up on my phone, and I was just making the trades. And yeah, the net option flow like indicator works really well. Also, I had a question. You had I thought I heard mention that you're thinking about integrating your software maybe at some point with TradingView. Is that in the process, or?
Oh yeah, we were exploring that, but then we found out that TradingView does not allow real-time import of third-party data, which is why
Oh, what?
TradingView indicators they're updated at like I think at most 10-minute intervals or something ridiculous like that.
Ah,
So
that sucks. Like,
yeah, so I mean
Yeah, we
Michael, how
tried.
long have
it's
you been with Big
ridiculous.
Short?
yeah. I
Uh,
only use Big Short too.
I've
I don't know why people use TradingView, but I mean I guess it must be a great software since people like to use it.
yeah, I like looking at it for like
Say RSI. Say RSI.
Yeah. Say
No,
RSI
no,
one time.
no.
I dare you.
Yeah, it really ticks me off when people post those screenshots of RSI and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like, it's like, it's like people like they've come to my 3 Michelin star restaurant and they're like asking for Big Macs.
Yeah,
Like it's
cheeseburgers, double
Oh,
cheeseburgers.
it's hilarious. Yeah, no, the last probably just 6 months, what I've discovered is that like, yeah, talk about moving averages and stuff like that. What I've found out is that the only thing that matters is like liquidity and that like where the money is flowing, that's like where the price is often gonna, you know, end up at. So like seeing the options flow and stuff like that really like it gives you a picture and context for the market and seeing the dark pools. Like I was watching it, I think yesterday, and there were just dark pools below. I think it was QQQ that just kept on like buying it up and then smacking it back down, buying it up and smacking it back down. Um, uh, yeah, with TradingView, I just like to use it to see like certain price levels and stuff like certain resistant levels and stuff like that. So I like to use it next to BigShort, and then
Okay, thanks, Michael, for your
yeah.
praise. BigShort is great. Any other questions?
No. Oh wait,
I
are
meant
you
not
gonna
from
kick?
you, but okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
are you gonna are you gonna kick me out of the Discord still for
No, dude, it's fine.
obsessing
I
over
talk
because
to everybody that way.
yeah, I know. I figured. I figured. All right. Yeah, I'm done with my questions.
It's fine. Everyone else in the
Put your
Discord is
hand down.
nice, just
Yep. Yep.
you should just ask Brack, okay? The first time
Oh
I
yeah.
met Brack, I didn't even respond to him. I just added gay flag emojis to his messages. That was like my entire interaction with Brack.
Or
And look at
just
him
or
now.
just or just see the way that he treats me.
Yeah.
His coder.
And now Brack's the moderator of this Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So there you go. You know,
I'm moving up.
Here I go.
I'm like Trump. I just taco it up. So it's nothing personal.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I figured. All right,
All right,
cool, man.
everybody. Tay has a life and doesn't have any more time for you, and move along.
Yes.
Move along, move along.
Anybody want anything else?
I'm sure I speak for everybody, Tay. This was great, and I feel really good about the GEX and see what I've been doing wrong. And tomorrow's another day.
Yeah. I think I got sick of waiting for the Ninja Star analogy, so I decided to make a new analogy and draw a picture of it, and it seems like people like that a lot. Um, yeah. Thanks everybody for believing in me. This is not a scam. It's better than prison. I promise.
Have you been to prison to verify that?
No comment.
Okay. Well, because I know that tomorrow is going to be a new day, and many of the people in this Zoom meeting are going to ask me some fucking gay ass questions. And so I much
About
rather
what was covered right here.
Yeah, exactly. So I would much rather if that's what you're planning to do tomorrow and you are sitting there unsure of whether to ask your gay question, ask it right now because tomorrow I have a very busy trading day. Okay, I'm actually holding some earnings positions tomorrow that are going to report tomorrow morning. So I ain't got no time for you guys tomorrow. This is the time that I have given to you that I have allotted for your purposes. Okay.
All right, I'm out.
All right,
Tay,
all right.
thank you very much.
All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.
Yep. Thank you.
Wow, a lot of people joined.
Yeah, there's like 40 people in here.
I know, Jesus.
Yeah. People really like the new GEX thing. I told you.
Yeah.
I told you it
Yeah.
was going to be a good feature.
Yep. It was a home run.
Yeah. And boy, when we add the new manipulation and the top 10 SKU and the top 10 cheapest and most expensive options, like, oh my God.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be people are gonna be screaming their heads off.
yeah.
Yep.
How's the GPU thing going?
Oh, I still haven't tested that yet.
Well, but he's done with it though?
Yeah, he's done with it. No, he's done with a portion of it, enough for me to test to make sure that he's doing things correctly, and then he's gonna finish it off.
All right, sounds like you got your work cut out for you, but let me tell you, people fucking love this product to shit, man. And
Yeah,
like it is so good that like I'm really gonna make a lot of money
yeah.
with all this shit. Yeah. Okay,
People are
so
just listening to us chit chat.
yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not one of those bro out type of post Zoom meeting hangouts.
No.
Just a bunch of creepers listening to the two of us.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, sometimes at this point, this is when we talk about non-stock stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll end the meeting then.
All right. Bye.